Hello class. So this is the last topic of this chapter, that is polyhalogen compound. So in case of polyhalogen compound, there are some of the compound which are present like dichloromethane, trichloromethane as well as tetrachloromethane, freons, DDT, etc. So the first topic of polyhalogen compound I'm going to explain about, that is dichloromethane. So this is the first compound, dichloromethane. The formula for dichloromethane is CH2Cl2. So how to prepare CH2Cl2 dichloromethane or methylene dichloride? Whenever the halogenation of methane takes place in the presence of UV or HNu, then what will happen? The formation of CH3Cl plus HCl takes place. Further, CH3Cl undergoes on halogenation with Cl2 in the presence of UV and HNu light, then what will happen? The formation of CH2Cl2 plus HCl takes place. So this is the preparation. After that, I am going to discuss about the properties. What about the properties of this compound? So simply we can say it is colorless, sweet smelling, and volatile liquid. Volatile means just skip away. And what about the boiling point? So this is the first point. So what about the boiling point? Boiling point means this BP is approx 313 Kelvin, like 40 degrees C. So this is the boiling point of dichloromethane. And so simply we can say it has low boiling point BP and low inflammability. What about uses of this compound? It is used, the first point, as a solvent and paint remover. As a paint removal it can use. So what about second? Propellant in aerosol. That's a collide. What about the third one? As refrigerant and dewaxing agent. What about the fourth one, the last one? As a process solvent. It can used as a process solvent in the manufacturing of drugs. So these are the uses of dichloromethane. After that, I'm going to discuss about the physiological effect. Whenever it exposes in atmosphere, then physiological effect. Exposed to air, then what will happen? When exposed to air, it harms the human CNS, central nervous system. The second one, exposure to high. Whenever highly exposure takes place of dichloromethane, then what will happen? Exposure to high level of dichloromethane like CH2Cl2, then what will happen? Can cause dizziness, nausea, vomiting sensation, tingling, and numbness. So these are the symptoms when high level of dichloromethane exposed to air. Then these subtype of symptoms are happen like dizziness, nausea, tingling, and numbness. What about third one? The third physiological effect is direct contact. When it comes direct contact to the skin, then direct contact with skin cause intense burning. Means sudden burning has been started and mild redness of skin takes place. So direct contact with skin cause intense burning or mild redness of skin. So this is the third physiological effect. And what about the fourth one, the last one? Whenever it comes direct contact to the eye, direct contact with eyes can burn the cornea. So this is the physiological effects of dichloromethane. After that, I'm going to explain about the next compound is chloroform. The formula for chloroform is CHCl3. Then how to prepare? Then preparation means CH4 undergoes on halogenation in the presence of UV or HNu. Then what will happen? CHCl3 plus 3HCl. So this is the first reaction, first preparation. What about the second preparation? By haloform reaction also we can prepare haloform reaction. So in case of haloform reaction, the ethyl alcohol undergoes on oxidation with chlorine. So it oxidizes to give CH3CHO plus 2HCl. So this is called oxidation. So whenever the CH3CHO acetaldehyde is going to treat with 3Cl2 excess of chlorine, then chlorination takes place and it gives CCl3CHO chlorinated product plus 3HCl. This reaction is known as chlorination. After that, the CCl3CHO, this is called chloral. Chloral treated with calcium hydroxide to give 2CHCl3. Whenever the chloral, the formation of CCl3 takes place when CCl3, 2 molecule of CCl3CHO chloral treated with calcium hydroxide, then what will happen? The formation of chloroform takes place plus calcium formate. So this reaction is known as hydrolysis. So this is the preparation of chloroform. After that, I'm going to explain about the properties of chloroform. So what about the properties of chloroform? So properties. The first point, it is sweet smelling dense liquid. Already we have seen it is sweet smelling dense liquid. So its boiling point approx 61 degree C. What about the third one? Whenever come exposure to the oxygen, it is oxidized. It is oxidized by oxygen to form phosgene gas, poisonous phosgene gas. So whenever the chloroform come close to the oxygen, on the exposure of oxygen with chloroform takes place, that time the chloroform gets oxidized to form a poisonous gas in the presence of light, to form poisonous gas CuCl2 and 2HCl. So if we have to avoid the formation of phosgene gas, then what to do? So whenever the formation of phosgene gas takes place, that time we have to avoid the formation of phosgene gas. So to avoid this oxidation, if we have to avoid this such type of oxidation, that time CaCl3 is stored in dark brown bottles So if we have to avoid the oxidation, this such type of oxidation, that time we will store the chloroform in dark brown bottles and add 1% ethanol. 1% ethanol is added to CHCl3, which converts harmful phosgene gas into diethyl carbonate. So to avoid the oxidation, chloroform is stored in dark brown bottles and 1% ethanol is added to chloroform, which converts the phosgene gas into diethyl carbonate. If we have to avoid the formation of phosgene gas, that time we will add the 1% of diethyl alcohol. Then the chloroform is present in the form of diethyl carbonate. After that, I'm going to explain about the fourth reaction, the fourth one. On nitration, it gives insecticide substance chloropicrin. So whenever the nitration of chloroform takes place, that time what will happen? The chloroform CaCl3 plus HONO2 conc, then what will happen? The formation of chloropicrin takes place and water molecules get removed. So whenever the chloroform undergoes on nitration, that what will happen? The formation of chloropicrin takes place, that can be used as a insecticide. What about the fifth one? The fifth one, on dehalogenation. Dehalogenation means just removal of halogen atom. On dehalogenation, it gives C2H2. C2H2 means ethane gas. So chloroform plus 6Ag plus chloroform, then what will happen? 6Ag plus 6Cl means 6AgCl plus CH triple bond CH. Formation of acetylene takes place. So the 6th number, whenever the chloroform undergoes on hydrolysis, then what will happen? Chloroform undergoes on hydrolysis to give HCOONA plus H2O, sodium forminate. Thank you.